Welcome to this video in which I'm going to talk you through setting up and getting ready to make your own YouTube videos. I was asked to do this by a friend, and here we can see my setup that I currently have, and I'll go through how I arrived at this setup and how I built it up over the years in this video. And we're looking at my first piece of kit as a maths teacher, which is really important, and that is my graphics tablets, which allows me to write on the screen and see what I'm writing on at the time that I'm doing it. Moving over, you can see on this screen I've got my personal choice and preference for editing and capturing software. It's Camtasia. It's very useful for doing educational videos. Recently I branched out into streaming live my maths videos, and this is the YouTube screen where I do that from. And above the screen you can see the all-important camera and microphone combination I'm currently sporting. And over here I have my PC, which has the graphics card and the processor which does all the grunt work of processing all my videos and making it a lot quicker and slicker for me to encode them ready for YouTube. And since I've taken on streaming, this is my must-have device, the Stream Deck, which makes doing transitions and setting up timers so much easier during live streaming. And last but not least, my headset. And there you have it, my current setup. And I'll now go on to take you through all the bits and pieces that you might want to consider when trying to decide on your setup that you're going to use. Right, moving on to my recording software. This is not the one I use, but it's one I highly recommend if you're just starting out. It's called Movavi, and this is what it looks like on screen. And you can see that it has a lot of similarities to Camtasia, which is the one I currently use, but it's about almost a tenth of the price of Camtasia, so it's very good value indeed, and gives you nearly all the same functionality as Camtasia itself. As you can see, the current price of Movavi for educational licenses is $27.97, which is about 15% of the current price at the time of recording of Camtasia. So very good value for almost as good functionality. Of course, there are also many free options for capturing your screen. You can find them online. I actually use OBS, which is technically a little bit more complicated to use than the two pieces of software I showed you, but it also allows me to stream directly to YouTube and any other streaming service that I wish to use. The key to your video will actually be the sound that you record when making your video, and I can highly recommend these Plantronic headsets as a starting point for your sound recording. Moving on, and as you get more experience, you may want to have a proper microphone and separate headset set up, and I highly recommend the Blue Yeti USBs as an easy option. Can get more technical than that and go down a more professional route with recording sound, but these would be my starting point for most people. Right, annotation options. Now, if you've got a laptop, the obvious, easy, cheap option is to get yourself a Wacom tablet and attach it to your laptop. But it's quite hard to write where you're not actually looking at, because you'll be looking, the writing up here on the screen, you'll be writing on this tablet. A much easier option is to have something like a Surface Pro or an iPad Pro. My preferred option is a Surface Pro because it comes with all the PC peripherals and works just like a PC. The only problem with the Surface Pro is that it can take a long time to encode videos. A 5-minute video can take an hour to encode if you've got a lot of transitions and effects going on in your video after you've done your editing. So I then moved on to getting a Huion tablet to attach to a PC with a proper graphics card and a high-powered processor to do all the encoding. The actual least important piece of my equipment actually is my camera, because for making my maths videos I don't really need a camera. I could advocate any of these webcams, they're all good quality, but if like me you have a digital SLR, you can get yourself a cam link from Elgato to connect your camera to your PC and capture that directly for your streams or for your video work. I hope that was of some help and that you gained something from the video, and do feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below, or if you actually would like me to do any how-to videos on any of the sections of how to use the software or how to set up any of the equipment involved, then feel free to put a comment in the comment section and I may do those in the future.